to me, click!
What is going on, guys? I'm Glaz, and welcome to a video where I'm going to be explaining to you guys all of the big changes with Title Update 2.1 for Operation Health and everything new that's implemented into the game. So the first huge change that you guys may have noticed if you played it all today on console is that there is a new one-step matchmaking system, and what this basically means is that you will no longer be sitting at that screen when you click on a casual or a ranked match that basically just fills up all of the players until you have a full team of 5, and then you start searching for an enemy team, and then you get put into a game. That no longer exists, which is an absolutely amazing thing for this game. So now when you click on casual or ranked and you start searching for a match, it will actually just start searching in the background for you, and you can go about your business with choosing operators and going to the shop as you please. So you'll be able to go into your operators and unlock new attachments or purchase operators that you haven't yet already bought. You can also customize your operators fully while you're in this menu waiting to search for a game. You can also go to the shop and purchase different things like boosters or gear for your operators or whatever else that you want to grab out of the shop while you wait for a match. And then once you find a game, it will just automatically tell you up in the top left corner that you've found a match, and you will be put into that match just like that. So it's a really nice improvement to the previous system that we had implemented into the game over the last year or so. So that's a really nice improvement. On top of that, there's a few other big changes to this update, which also includes the remapping of hitboxes on the different operators in the game. So what this means is that you will no longer be getting free easy kills on those Blitz or other GS G9 operators that have the big helmets, because the gear on operators from here on out does not affect the hitbox where you deal damage to your enemy. So you could shoot someone in the earmuffs, the side of the helmet, even the side of their shoulder and other parts of their rib cage or their gear that's hanging off of their body, and it will no longer do damage, which is a huge change to this game. It's going to mean that those smaller operators like Ash, IQ, and Jaeger, the ones that are really thin, will now be even harder to hit than they were previously. But it also is going to mean that those shield operators in turn are getting a bit of a buff, because their heads aren't going to be as exposed anymore, because those pieces of the helmet and earmuffs and that extra gear that's just on those bigger operators isn't going to be getting in the way and won't count for any damage anymore. Now, what the Rainbow Six dev team did also say for a future update, there will be an indicator to show when you hit different parts of armor opposed to hitting your opponent, and there'll be some type of visual cue like a spark where if your bullet hits just their gear and doesn't do any damage, so that you know that you shot the gear and not the actual player. But as of right now, they just wanted to implement the hitboxes, and that will be in a future update. Now, besides the hitboxes being reworked, we actually had a couple different buffs and nerfs to different operators. The main change that came with this update was a nerf to Glaz's primary sniper rifle, and what this did was reduce his gun's effectiveness overall. So the changes that they made to Glaz's rifle include that they increased its recoil slightly so that it's not as easy to get those follow-up shots when you're spamming the trigger against your enemy, as well as they decreased the damage of Glaz's rifle, so it's no longer a 1 to 2 shot kill. It will now be a 2 to 3 shot kill at any range. There's no one-shot kill range, besides a headshot, obviously, that will insta-kill an enemy. Along with this, they actually changed around a couple of the operators' equipment too. So they took smoke grenades away from Ash and Thermite. Now in turn, Ash and Thermite both have been given stun grenades to their arsenal instead of these smoke grenades. And this isn't too crazy of a change for Thermite. I think stun grenades will work well with his character loadout. But this is definitely a kind of a silent buff to Ash. So basically what this update is doing is giving the best entry fragger in the game, Ash, 3 flashbangs now at her disposal, which is going to make her an even more deadly target This update has been a huge buff to Ashe because her hitbox is even smaller now than it was previously, and if you guys play a lot of Rainbow Six, you know that Ashe is one of the hardest targets to deal with when it comes to keeping your aim on her because she's so small. So it's going to be even harder to hit her now, and she has 3 flashbangs, which is going to allow her to be much more aggressive with her pushes onto objectives or to just take out other operators. So you want to watch out for that. A few other small changes that came along as well were some spawn kills were fixed on multiple different maps in the game. To name a few, we have Chalet, Consulate, and Canal. All of them had very exploitable spawn kills that have been fixed now, which is a really nice change to the game. And besides that, there's a few other small changes that I noticed. The layout for choosing your operators is slightly different than it used to be in the past, as well as that you can now clearly see how many pieces of equipment you have in your arsenal. They made it a little bit easier to read that. On top of that, they also now show the speed and armor ratings of the different recruit factions, and this was an interesting choice on the developer's point, because I honestly thought a few of the recruit factions had different armor and speed ratings than they actually do. So it's interesting to see how they are, because you can make some pretty interesting classes out of the recruits. I may make a separate video on this talking about it further in depth, but yeah, so those are a few of the smaller changes to the game. Besides that, I just wanted to say that I think this update is really good for Rainbow Six. I'm super pumped that the developers are really trying to focus on improving this game and getting it back to its glorious state. We had a bit of a rough patch recently, but I really think this title update has improved the game a lot, and I'm excited to see what they have in store for us in the next update. I'll definitely keep you guys updated with any other information that I get on the following updates for Rainbow Six Siege, but I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. I haven't really done too many informative videos recently. A lot of you guys are newer subscribers. If you are just recently subscribed to the channel, you've probably only seen my live stream videos, but I'm going to be doing a lot more edited content now that my computer has been fixed, so I hope you guys enjoy this type of stuff. If you do, please leave a comment down below. I love when you guys leave me some feedback or anything else if you guys have any questions on the game. Besides that, I hope you guys all have a safe and wonderful day, and I'll see all of you beautiful faces later. Peace out.